Jansen County 911. What's the address of the emergency?
It's at the Walmart. I think it's Crossroads.
Okay.
I'm calling because somebody get their dog in the car and the windows is rolled up and it's hot out here.
Okay. What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a gray. Is it a Chrysler? It's a gray Chrysler 200.
And where's it parked?
It's parked like towards the grocery end. Okay, so it's in between aisle 3 and 4.
Okay. Thank you very much. I've got this information put out for the Crossroads Police Department.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That was the 911 call that would lead to Officer Haley Holbert of the Crossroads, Texas Police Department, who'd be dispatched to check on a dog that was left in a car while his owner was shopping. The caller never indicated the dog appeared to be in any distress, only that it was hot outside and the dog was left in the vehicle with the windows rolled up. We are all aware that this can be a dangerous, even deadly scenario when the sun is creating a greenhouse effect during daylight hours, but this is at nighttime. The caller had good intentions, and the officer should have assessed the situation upon arrival to determine if there was any threat to the dog's safety. Police are often dispatched to calls that are based on bad information, so they need to have critical thinking skills to determine if a call is legitimate.
Hi, baby. You okay? Huh, honey?
The first thing you would look for in a heat-distressed dog is panting, but we don't see that here. Watch as the officer tries to open the doors of a vehicle containing a pit bull without a warrant or any exigent circumstances. All visual signs indicate this was a false alarm. The outside temperature was 95 degrees, a temperature that would likely induce panting in a dog. Anyone drawing rational inferences would conclude the temperature inside the vehicle must be well below 95. At this point, the officer should have noted that the dog was not showing any signs of distress whatsoever. He was sleeping comfortably, and after Officer Holbert woke the dog up, his body language and the lack of panting by the dog indicates there was absolutely no cause for alarm. Instead of assessing the situation rationally, Officer Holbert, a former veterinary technician that is well aware of what an actual dog and heat-related distress looks like, bewilderingly starts to treat this as if the dog was in distress, even going so far as to tell the pet owner she was going to break the window.
Is this your car?
Yeah.
Okay, I was this close to breaking the window out.
It's not that hot.
It's 95 degrees. It means it's over 100 inside the vehicle.
I've been in there.
Windows have to be cracked. There's got to be something.
I was trying to keep the air conditioning in for him because I'm literally.
Okay, go to open that door and crack the windows open for the dog, and I need your driver's license, please.
Officer Holbert makes a false claim that the temperature inside the vehicle is over 100. But look what happens when Garth, the pet owner, offers to let her feel the cooler air inside to dispel any concerns once and for all.
You can feel it's not.
It's 95 degrees.
If it's inside, I was keeping the AC in. Trust me, I love my dog.
The car isn't running.
I take him with me everywhere.
Okay, I just need to see the driver's license.
I don't have one with me.
Do I have any ID with you?
No.
Do you know your driver's license number?
What did I do wrong?
This is a criminal offense, okay?
What is a criminal offense?
For animal neglect and abuse, yes.
No, I do not abuse and neglect my animal.
Okay.
I need a supervisor.
Okay.
No.
Driver's license?
I need a supervisor, please.
What is your driver's license?
Please, I need a supervisor.
I don't have one on duty right now.
Look, I respect officers. I have family that are officers, but I also respect the Constitution.
Go and crack your windows and then close your door.
Garth immediately recognizes the officer is out to create a crime where none exists and wisely asks for a supervisor in hopes of a seasoned veteran putting an end to this harassment. Garth also happens to be well informed of the laws in Texas and asserts his right not to identify himself under Texas Penal Code Section 38.02 unless he has been lawfully arrested, something an officer should clearly be aware of.
408, if you could still be en route, please.
Rather than respect Garth's rights, Holbert makes a radio call for another officer to still be en route, which is a code they use to indicate they are dealing with someone hostile and need backup.
Wait out here, I'll call a supervisor and see if he can contact me by phone.
Garth has been anything but hostile. He calmly asks for a supervisor, even using the word please 3 times. Now, There appears to be a supervisor available when moments before, Holbert said there wasn't. Meanwhile, Officer Rachel Jonas from neighboring Krugerville is en route at a rapid pace under the false belief Holbert is in some kind of danger. This is the call to her supervisor, Sergeant Christopher Tyler. Not only was he available, he was just there.
Okay, I'm out with the subject. He's out here. He's refusing to identify himself. He's now asking for a supervisor.
That's for a supervisor. Okay. We'll be back in route.
Where are you at?
Uh,
Do you want to talk to him on the phone?
No, I'm right down the street.
Okay. Okay, right. Stop. Supervisor's turning back around and he's going to come out.
Well, I would never leave my dog in the hot. I would just, it's not.
This
sunny
is
out.
some of the worst
Yeah, but it's not sunny.
temps. It's 95
Right,
degrees
but it's
outside.
not sunny.
That
That's why I
doesn't
was
matter.
getting there,
It's
if I cracked the windows, that would let the 95-degree air in. I literally had it freezing cold in there before I shut the car
I'm
off.
responding out to a call, okay?
Sure, I understand.
And this is me responding. I'm not telling you
Right.
you're a dog owner or anything
Right.
like that.
Well, yeah, but
I
I'm
am
just
here
explaining
because
what's
I
going on.
still have to do my job. I have to identify you
Sure.
now, okay? Because I'm out here for an
You do
offense.
not. No.
Okay.
That's the
All right.
law.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
the law.
I'll let you talk to the supervisor when he gets out here.
Some would say just give the officer your ID. But remember, this is an officer that is trying to set up a man for a crime he absolutely did not commit.
Is this a legit tag?
Yeah. I mean, I bought the car at auction. So it is.
All right. They weren't able to get a return on it.
460 traffic.
I've got the purchase.
Arrowhead and Broken Arrow
The,
on Sam Robert John.
see, Clinton, it's
5200.
a towing
Sam
company.
Robert John,
Towing
5200.
company,
A white Chevy.
I don't know. This is a private parking lot. I'm not going to ask you about your vehicle. My main concern is just the dog's okay.
I'm
And then
not trying to
for
give you a hard time.
documentation purposes, I do have to put your information in there, okay? I'm not saying you're going to jail. I'm not saying you're being issued a citation. I'm just trying to do my job because everything has to be notated that I made contact, okay? And make sure that we're being that animal.
I realized there wasn't any crime committed. I mean,
It's going to be closer to 100 degrees inside that vehicle. It's 95 degrees
if I
out
crack
here.
the windows, I know it could be 95 degrees in there. I had it freezing cold.
Your car is not running.
I know. I shut it off. I closed the windows. I left the freezing cold air in there. Trust me, when I opened the door and got in there, it was colder inside than it was outside.
Okay.
I would not do that to my dog. Look,
Okay.
it goes everywhere with me. You know?
Hey,
Hello.
this is not the supervisor. This is a cover officer. This is my supervisor right here.
How's it
How
going,
you
bud?
doing? How you doing, Sergeant Tyler?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Crossroads Police Fire. Just show you that I'm Sergeant Tyler. If you'd like to see my ID also.
I'm
So
sure if they
tonight-
vouch for you, they...
Okay. Okay. So, what did you speak with me about?
Well, he, I guess, got a call about my dog.
Yes, sir. We did.
I parked the car,
Uh-huh.
and I had it freezing cold in there. I literally got it sitting there.
Okay.
It got it freezing cold.
Okay.
It's not sunny anymore,
Okay.
so it's not, radiating heat or anything like that.
Okay.
And I went inside. I've been in there for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And, I mean, what did I do wrong?
Okay. So when we get a call for service,
Uh-huh.
okay, and especially when we do contact somebody, we do need to identify the
That's
person.
the law.
Hang on, I'm not done. Let me finish speaking. Okay.
Sure.
Now, we don't know you had your car at sub-zero degrees earlier today.
Sure.
We have no idea.
Right.
Because somebody did call and say, hey, there's an animal left in the vehicle. It is hot outside,
Mm-hmm.
and the animal looks like it's in distress.
Right. And you came
Okay.
here, investigated, and figured in distress.
Right.
Something about that. But you came here, investigated,
That's
and
what
realized.
That's what's relayed to
that's
us.
what
Yes.
that's what relayed to us.
Right.
However,
Anybody can say anything. You
Sure,
came here.
sure.
I mean, the dog
So
was
now-
everywhere with me. I love that dog. I'm not gonna.
totally understand. We
leave
love
the car.
dogs. I got a dog too. I love my dog as well. So when an officer does contact someone, they are required, especially when we believe that there could be a criminal offense, to identify.
82.03, I think it is. You could ask for my identification. I don't have to get it unless I've been lawfully arrested. That's the only
No,
time
so
I'm
that's
required.
not true.
Look it up. Look it up. That's all I'm asking. Look it up.
Okay,
Look up
you're being
82.
lawfully detained because there is an animal in the vehicle. We got a call for service.
The windows are down, huh?
The windows are down now. The
I
alarm's
instructed
been
you to put them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem, Mr. Committee.
Yes, sir. Potentially. Okay.
Come on, man. I saw you trying not to laugh.
Here's the deal. As soon as we're done, as soon as you give your ID and we're done, we're gone.
Sergeant Tyler just admits that the only reason they are detaining Garth is to get his ID. Texas is not a stop and ID state, and even if it was, the officers would need to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime to ID him. What they are doing here is a clear violation of Garth's rights.
I don't like the fact that we have to show our papers. Look, I have a lot of family there in your business, okay? I respect you guys, but I also respect the Constitution and lose our rights very fast.
But you are lawfully detained.
And I do not have to show.
Yes, sir, you do.
Will you please just look it up? I swear to God.
Failed ID.
Please just look it up. I know. Look it up. I'm telling you. You're going to make a big mistake.
No, I'm not.
I know this very well. I know this.
So do I. How long have you been doing law enforcement?
Just look it up. Would it kill you to look it up?
You have a phone right there.
I'm recording.
Look it up. So are we?
We're all.
Yeah, those disappeared. You guys don't have a phone, you can look it up.
Those get edited.
What you edited?
Those get edited. So that's what I'm saying.
Your phones?
You're saying these get disappeared. Those get edited.
Sure.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Garth.
I'm sorry.
Garth.
Garth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
What's your last name?
I don't have to give it to you.
Okay. I don't call people by their first names because it's a respect name. Okay.
That's right.
Until I get to know them. It's not a nice try. That's
what this country's
how I
become.
operate.
This is what this country. You guys are like addicted to IDs, and you don't even know the law. Here, you know what? I'll stop. I'll look it up.
Go for it.
I'll show you because you'll be very surprised.
Look up failed ID.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Listen as Officer Rachel Jonas asks Officer Haley Holbert if the dog was in distress at all when she arrived. Holbert says the dog was fine, but now the dog is panting, presumably because all the cool air was now replaced with the 95-degree air from outside. Now Holbert is the one causing the dog distress, and she is clearly harassing Garth for no reason whatsoever. Holbert is blatantly abusing her authority.
Dog in distress at all? Fine. Into right now. Into the park.
Despite Holbert's clear admission of no wrongdoing by Garth, they allow this harassment to continue.
3802. Failure identified. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a police officer who has lawfully arrested the person.
I see that.
The police officer who has lawfully arrested the person. Request, I will. Question you can be expressed here. Person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false name. It's a false or fictitious name. I can't do that. Name, residence, address, or day of birth to an police officer who has A, lawfully arrested the person, B, 2, lawfully detained the person. Now this is only if I cannot give a fictitious name. This is, watch, go back. Do not have to show my ID. Watch. A person commits a crime. A person, look, it's right here.
It's important to understand that statutes are written in a literal manner. They are written so that nothing can be left to interpretation. Therefore, if the statute says you cannot give false or fictitious information when detained, that is exactly what it means. It does not state that you have to provide your information like it does when you are lawfully arrested.
A person commits an offense.
Spread it yourself.
Yes, and you let me read it again to you. A person commits an offense. You totally not you didn't understand. This says I can't give you a false name. This is a different section. This is refusal. That's not my problem. It really isn't. No, it isn't.
Okay, here's the deal. here's what can happen because you're refusing to identify yourself.
Hold on,
You're supposed to bring your ID and say, here's
Hold
who I am
on. So
because
you're
hang
gonna
on, let me
arrest me
finish.
for refusing to identify
That's
myself?
what you just read it.
I read. Yeah,
Now,
I cannot give
the
you a
other-
face
the other
name.
part of it is-
But why do you please pull it up? I swear to God, I'm not lying here.
I don't.
There was two different
know.
sections I read. Okay.
The other, hang on, listen to me.
Oh my God.
The other part of it is that when you do that, the other consequence, now we have to impound your dog, and we don't want to do that either. You said you love your dog.
Yeah, that would be retaliation.
No, sir. It's
Yeah.
not. We can't leave the dog
If you guys
here.
want a massive lawsuit on your hands, I mean, you
How
got
is that retaliation? We can't leave the dog here in the car by itself.
really.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna.
I'm laying you know
This
what
is
the
how-
consequences are.
This is America. This is what you're doing to a citizen. Okay. All I did was go inside, grab some clothes quick.
Yes, sir.
I sat in the car, got it. Yeah, somebody called. Okay, that's what you do. I mean, that doesn't mean I do anything wrong. You know? You're like call right now, so you did something wrong. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
We were called out here to investigate.
Sure. And you investigated. You realized
Yes.
the dog was not in
To
distress. The dog was
complete that,
fine.
I'm going to need your identification.
That's not the way the law works. This is
You,
what
you just read how it works.
Dude, you didn't read it to me. I read it to you, and you didn't understand. Those were two different sections. The second one says I can't give you a false name. Okay, if detained. It does. I swear to God, you only have. I know this better than you.
No, you really don't.
Well, then look it up. You don't have a
You
phone,
just read it.
and you're not understanding what I just read because I just read it to you. Did I not read that I cannot give you a false or fictitious name if I've been lawfully detained? It doesn't say I have to give you my ID. It says
does.
if I've been, no, the first section says I have to give you my ID if I've been lawfully arrested. The second section says I cannot give you a false or fictitious name if I've been detained. It does
So
not
what-
state
what's-
that I
let
have
me
to
ask you
give you
this.
my name or ID. I just cannot give you a
let me
false
ask you
or
this.
fictitious one.
Let me ask you this. What is your end goal here?
To get you guys need to be educated. You really don't understand it.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is actually the truth. And you got and police officers
So what is your end goal?
not understand, to go on about my way.
So is ours.
Okay,
We'll get you
well,
on
go.
about your way.
But you
You
have
are
this
prolonging
addiction
this.
to ID.
I-
I'm
No.
not prolonging this. This is
No,
unlawful
no,
detainment.
this
No,
is our
it's not.
duty. We have to identify you.
Show me the law.
You just read it out loud.
I know, and you're not understanding because I just read it to
I
you.
know. We understand it. We do this day in and day out.
Okay. So you agree with me? The first part says I have to show my ID if I've been lawfully arrested, right? You agree with that? You guys are not even
You just read it.
okay. And the second part says I cannot give you a false name. It does not say anything. Guys, really, I'm surprised. I mean, the way YouTube is now, I'm surprised
The way
you guys. The way YouTube is now, these videos are all over YouTube about the ID thing.
Is
You
that
guys
where you get
would not-
your education from? Is from YouTube?
No, I get it from the
Is-
Texas statutes, actually.
Okay. All right.
So
And there actually is some good information on YouTube. You know, it's not all good, but
No, it's
there
not.
is some
Really,
good.
it's really not.
Really? There's nothing good on. There's
I'm not saying
nothing
that there's not.
accurate.
There's not a lot on YouTube that's not good. But there is some stuff that is not very.
I mean, it's a conglomerate of America.
Okay.
You know, there's some good people and bad people. There's some educated, informed people who put stuff on there, and there's some dumbasses who put stuff on it. You know, I mean, you just have to do your due diligence. But I'm telling you, pull it up and read it. It literally says, I mean, I just read it to you. What part are you not understanding? Where are you confused with it?
Right there, run the VIN on the code. And it's ID that way. It's a very there's two simple things.
You just admitted on camera that you're running my VIN to get my ID.
So we run tags all the time.
Yeah,
That's what occurs.
that's not a VIN number. It's a tag.
So we get identification of the owner.
I'm in a private parking lot right
So
now.
how do we know you own this vehicle?
I just opened it up. My dog's in there. I
Or does it
mean,
mean you own the vehicle?
sure. Doesn't mean you can unlawfully detain me to check the VIN.
We're not unlawfully detained. We're detained because we're here on a call for service.
And we already determined that the dog is fine. So what's your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed and committing or I'm about to commit a crime?
Because we got the call for service.
What's your reasonable,
Initially,
articulable suspicion? Well, there has been no crime
Reasonable
committed.
suspicion was the call for service.
We came and investigated. Realized there was no crime.
We don't know that.
And now we have failure to identify.
No, you don't. My
Were you-
goodness,
were you
ma'am,
out
you need to really get educated. Why won't you read it? I wouldn't lie to you. Just look it up. You won't even read it. That's how bad it is. You won't even read it. I'm telling you.
I'm out here with someone that I do not know who I'm out here with. I'm not going to get distracted in a cell phone or a computer.
To read the law?
Do
You'd rather just arrest me?
I don't need to read the law.
Yeah, you
We
do.
do this day in and day out.
Improperly, apparently.
Okay.
You heard right. Officer Holbert doesn't think she needs to read the law. In Texas, it takes a GED and a mere 6 months to be certified as a police officer. If you want to be a cosmetologist, it takes 18 months of training. Officer Holbert, you do need to read the law.
Look, this is something, I know this. Look, this is something I'm very adamant about, is constitutional rights. And I know this. I didn't get this from some guy who heard it from somebody else. I know this. Okay, I know.
Suspicion that we had was the call for service.
Yeah, and you came out and you investigated.
And you went out to work.
Okay. Well, you investigated the dog, right?
No, we're not investigating the dog. We're investigating the owner of the dog.
Okay. Well,
So how
you
do we
realized there was no crime committed. Well, you don't know that, so you have no reasonable articulable suspicion then.
Yes.
No,
That's
you just said,
if a crime has been committed or is about to be committed. So
has been, is about to be, or is currently, yeah. Have I committed a crime?
Well, currently failed ID.
That's not a crime. It's only a crime if you've been lawfully arrested. And if you take the time to just read the freaking statute, you realize this. Brother, I'm not lying to you, man. Just read it. I just read it to you.
Yes, and you read it yourself.
Yes. Section 1 says, if I've been lawfully arrested, I must give my ID. Section 2 says if I've been lawfully detained,
I'm sorry.
I cannot
Dealership. It's dog liquor.
give you a false name. That's all it says. I can't give you a false name. And you can ask me for my ID, but I do not have to give it to you. Trust me, man, I know the way this works. Just, why would you read it? This is blowing my mind. I mean,
I was standing right next to you. We read it together,
I'm
right?
shocked that 3 officers really don't know this. That out of the 3 of you, a supervisor of all things, usually the supervisor is the one that knows.
And I'm speaking to you, and I do know it. And again, we read it. I was sitting right next to you while we read it together. Correct?
Yeah. And I just told you what it
So,
said. Where does it
okay.
say that I have to show my ID?
Here's the deal.
Where does it say that I have to show my ID and what I just read to you?
In 3802, you just read it.
What part?
Failed ID when someone is lawfully detained.
No, I
Yes,
cannot give you a
that
false
is-
name when I'm lawfully detained. It literally, it's different. You have to give your ID. Okay. It says that I can't give you make up a name to try to, but I don't have to give you my name. I'm telling you this. I know this. I know this very, very well. It's something I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Here's the deal. We're trying to get this done so you can be gone out here, so we can be gone out here. To do all
Yeah,
the other
leave.
things.
I mean,
Okay.
what is keeping you here?
We can't right
Yeah,
now.
you can.
No, sir, we cannot.
You guys are gonna.
Because what can happen is that we got the animal cruelty call. Okay, we don't know for sure exactly how long we're in the store. What can happen, what I'm explaining to you is that the crime of animal cruelty has possibly, is currently, or had been committed. Okay?
Yeah. Well, investigate.
Hang on.
Investigate.
That's,
Prove it.
That's the part.
You
of
said you just said you don't know how long I've been in the store. If you knew how long I've been in the store,
So the part of the investigation is then we contact Walmart and say, hey,
okay, investigate.
here's
You don't get-
here's
you-
what we need to do.
That's fine.
We
You got
need
my
to
VIN
figure
number.
out- We need to figure out who this person is and how long you've been in the store.
Look,
And how long that animal
I've
is in your
explained
car.
this thoroughly enough and physically read the statute to
Okay.
you. You guys are losing your qualified immunity. Okay, seriously.
No, sir.
Yes. When it has been explained to you, the law has actually been read to you. Okay, you're going to lose qualified immunity, and I don't want to do that to you. But I'm passionate about the Constitution. I really am. And you guys need to be educated apparently, because you're out there doing this, violating people's constitutional rights all the time.
No, sir, we're not.
This is unbelievable. Are you a sergeant?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know this?
Absolutely. I guess as you're
This is-
saying, I don't know.
Bewildering. I mean, this is just, I am,
I'm sorry.
beside
you're older,
myself.
But you just read it with me.
call you lieutenant,
We don't have a lieutenant.
captain,
No, sir. The only person higher than me is the chief.
and chief.
Okay? So I'm not calling the chief right now.
Well, you're probably going to save the town a lot of money by doing that. He'll probably appreciate it.
What is it? Would you like to speak with the chief?
Yeah, or just all.
Because he's my supervisor.
Yeah, and if you talk to him, tell him to look up 3802 and read it out loud to you guys.
He knows what 3802 is.
Okay, then he'll tell you
So
to.
do I know what 3802 is.
Apparently you don't.
You just read it to me.
Yeah. I cannot give you a false
Hang tight 1
one.
second.
I don't have to give you
Hang tight here.
my name. I'm not lying to y'all. I know this like very, very, very well. I don't understand why you guys won't look it up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get it. I mean, you understand, a lot of people died for us to have these freedoms and not, for the police to just not walk up on you and just start demanding your papers.
Remember how Officer Haley Holbert readily admitted to Officer Rachel Jonas that the dog was fine when she arrived. Now listen to this rant she is about to go on about how she pulled multiple dead dogs from vehicles that succumbed to heat exhaustion at night in her role as a veterinary technician. Based on her clear propensity to lie, established so far, it appears as though this is a lie as
Walked
well.
up on you because there was a criminal act that appears to be committed. Okay? There is a dog in the car,
Yeah, there's a dog in the car.
95 degrees.
Is it sunny outside?
It's 95.
Is it
doesn't
sunny?
have to be.
Is
It
it
doesn't have
sunny?
to be. You know how many dead dogs I pulled out of the
Yeah.
car?
Was it sunny when you did
know
it?
what?
How many dead dogs have you pulled at night?
Oh, plenty.
Really?
Plenty.
Really? How many?
Yes,
How many?
and prior
Tell me.
to law
How many?
enforcement,
How many?
I was a vet
How many?
technician. I
How
worked in
many?
the
How
ERs
many did
and
you pull
had
that
to try
night?
to
Tell me.
because
Physically.
people like
I wanna
you
know. I
think
wanna
that,
know.
that it's okay
People like
to
me?
keep dogs in the car when the
People like
sun is
me?
down because
For
you
15
think
minutes,
just because
when you cool it down to freezing, right before, I mean, it was really, really cold in there before I got out.
I
do
don't
that
know this.
intentionally.
I'm here to do my job to
I know.
investigate, and you're
And
hindering
investigating.
that.
How are you gonna? What you're trying
I
to do?
need the
is-
identification, and right now the dog is having to sit in the car even further.
Yeah,
because
you really
you
don't
will
care about
not-
the animal, do you?
You will not identify
You really
yourself.
don't care about
I
the
am
animal, do
here
you?
to do my job.
You're here to get my ID. That's all you want.
I need your identification to complete
It's like,
this process.
It's like crack, you guys.
It's required.
No, it isn't. Would you freaking read 3802?
Don't shine the light in my eyes, so I need you to lower it.
Is it lowered enough?
No, I need you to lower it so it's not shining in my eyes.
Is it lowered
Just
enough
like
now?
I would not turn it down.
Okay, I got to turn the flashlight off. Is your volume on your camera?
Of course.
All right.
She just claimed she was investigating. Officer Holbert, what kind of investigating includes refusing to sample the air inside the vehicle when Garth gave you the opportunity to do so? Officer Holbert is clearly trying to frame an innocent man for a crime he did not commit.
Would you read it? It's right there. It's right there. You're not even going to read it.
No, I am not.
Do you realize
I'm gonna
how
stand
bad this,
here with
Do you
you.
realize how bad this is going to look in court?
That's fine.
When you refuse to read the statute,
I am on a call. I'm
Yeah.
not burying my face in a computer.
to find a law, you don't care? You think
I
you
don't
know
have
the
to.
law. You don't have to? You don't have to know the law.
I already
You don't
know
have
it.
to- No, you
I already
don't.
know it.
You do not know this. I am beside myself that none of you are aware of this because it's been a huge thing lately on the internet. And I'm surprised none of you have heard of this. I mean, I'm beside myself. I really, really am. I don't know what to say. I can't believe you refuse to even look at it.
Neither
Why
can
would
I.
you do that? I mean, how does that make any sense?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
How does it make any? I just put my phone in front of you.
Do you have a call coming? Do you have a call?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. If you need to get, it's fine.
Where's Tyler at?
He's, I think, contacting the chief.
I'm really not trying to give you a hard time. I'm trying to educate you because what you're doing is really, it's
Right.
not right. Yeah, bro, I really hope you guys go
I
home.
haven't said anything
I
to
don't.
you,
Well,
right?
I don't. I'm just saying, when you go home tonight, please look up 3802 and
I
read
know what
it.
it says.
Okay.
I'm here as a backup unit. That's it.
It appears as though Officer Rachel Jonas is well aware Holbert and Tyler are in the wrong, but because of the blue line gang mentality, she allows it to continue.
Please, when you go home tonight, look up 3802.
I've read it. I read it. I studied it.
Okay.
I tested over it.
Right, but you're interpreting it improperly.
All right.
This is a known fact. I mean, this is not. Just Google it when you get home.
Sure.
Texas ID laws do not. I mean, it's a sad state that this country is coming to.
Yep.
It is.
So
Chief looked it up, didn't he?
I didn't talk to Chief. I didn't call Chief. I don't need to call him. Unless you really would like for me to call him, but I don't need to call him and talk to him. So here's the deal. Okay. Ultimately, this is an animal cruelty call. Okay.
You were investigating it. There was no animal cruelty.
We're still investigating the animal cruelty call.
Anytime a dog's in the car, the windows are rolled up. There's always
I didn't say it once, did I? I said that's why we're investigating.
Right. And you can investigate that in the identification. That's what you guys don't understand.
If we believe that you had committed a crime, which is partly part of animal cruelty, yes, sir, you do have to identify yourself.
You can detain me. It's not till I'm lawfully arrested that I have to get my ID. Okay?
No, sir, that's not correct.
Yes. Why don't you just look at? I'm befuddled that you guys already look it up.
I've already read it.
Do you not agree that it says?
I do agree with.
Okay,
with
it says has to
and
be
it also says
lawfully
D.
arrested. Right. That I cannot give a false name. It just says I cannot give a false name. It doesn't say it has to show his ID, like the first one does. Okay, it's worded completely different for a reason. Because I can't give you a false name. I don't have to give you my name though.
Okay, then give us a false name.
I'm not going to give you a false name.
Well, how do we know that? See, that's what I'm.
It's
that's
not
what
my
I'm telling
problem.
you.
It's not my problem. I'm sorry. That's something you got to figure out. I mean,
well, you won't identify yourself, so how do we
yeah,
know
because I don't
you're-
have to. Because the Constitution of the United States of America, something that's
I do know that.
you swore an
Yes,
oath
sir.
to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I-
passionate about it.
So am I. I'm passionate about my job. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about doing
Violating people's civil rights, apparently.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I've never been accused of that. Ever.
Well, you're doing it right now. Believe it
So
or
I'm
not.
not.
I wouldn't like it.
So
This is ridiculous.
So here's-
I'm truly beside myself that none of the three of you knows this.
I do
I mean,
know
it's all over. Freaking, it's a huge thing. It's everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
everybody does, but
Yeah,
yes, sir.
you guys apparently.
Apparently.
I'm shocked that a sergeant does not know this.
Yes,
That's
sir. We
not
just put
good.
it together.
Yeah,
So what would you like to see happen? That's what I'm wondering.
go on about your way. I'll go on about mine.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, what would be wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing would be wrong with that.
Well, there you go.
But what would also be awesome is if you say, hey, dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and here's my ID, and we're gone.
Dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and you should just go.
Okay, well, it is kind of ridiculous.
It is
That
very
we still need
ridiculous
to investigate.
that I can literally read it in front of you, and you cannot comprehend it.
I do comprehend it.
And what does it say? That I cannot give you a false name. Right?
So what's its name? Someone was lawfully detained.
Right. And it doesn't say, no. Well, there's still have to give my ID. Lawfully detained. I do not. It literally states it.
Almost struck a call or city in front of the county, clear 2200.
I'm not trying to be a jerk to y'all, I'm just, I'm passionate. I have a third cousin
Garth stopped short of identifying his third cousin by name. It turns out his third cousin is James Madison, the man who single-handedly wrote the Bill of Rights and who is known as the father of the Constitution. I don't think Mr. Madison would be pleased with any American being treated this way, much less his cousin.
I literally have 8 presidents I'm related to within 6 cousin states. Okay? Removed several times, but I'm very passionate about the Constitution. And you guys really, I implore you to take this off.
Stand right there.
Sure.
So we can't do that. But is it prudent to do that?
No.
So here's cut loose, and even though we know that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. What if that trooper would have done that to Timothy McVeigh? But whatever.
I agree.
Excuse me? Did you? The officer stomping all over this man's constitutional rights while simultaneously trying to frame him for a crime he did not commit really just put this innocent man in the same category as Timothy McVeigh, the man responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing? Shame on you, Officer Haley Holbert. Shame on you.
I agree. However, this is where we're at.
I'm going so far past
So-
ask, tell, and make, and this is hurtful.
Yeah. So this is where we're at. We want to do the prudent thing, not necessarily always because we can. As long as we should.
Right.
Big picture is animal's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's being a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer have
Miss Hazel,
all the vehicle calling no longer online.
So, okay, that's where we're at.
Okay.
So, here's the deal. Although
The plate does
There's-
come back to
we're at a point
4012
where you
Waterfront
don't want to
Drive.
have to, so
I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm trying to
yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You
Hang on,
you
let
are.
me finish. Let me finish.
Sure.
Yes, you are trying to give us a hard time.
I'm not trying to. I'm really not.
Secondly,
I'm just trying to get my.
Just be quiet.
hang on, let me finish.
Sure.
Secondly, the animal cruelty will still continue to be investigated. Okay. Hang on, let me finish. Okay. Now then, because you believe you know the law,
I know.
okay, we also know the law.
Really not. I'm just. I'm sorry. I know you think you're an officer.
No,
There's no way you
that's-
could not possibly know this.
I'm not saying that you're.
It is what it is.
That you're just somebody and I'm just going, to you, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that you don't know the law. But I do too. Also, the other part of it is, I'm sorry.
Read it when you get home to that. Thoroughly.
Okay, I surely will.
I really want you guys to.
Just for you, I surely will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here's what's going to happen tonight. Tonight, you're going to be cut loose. Okay? Because the animal is okay right now. If we do investigate further, and then we contact Walmart, watch the video, see that the animal was in distress, there's a potential then a case can be filed for animal cruelty against you. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense, but animal wasn't in distress. He's not in distress now.
We
He's
don't
probably a
know.
little irritated. But
I'm sure he is.
sitting out here.
Yeah, I imagine so. So,
I wish I could have had you put your hand in the car when I opened the door. It was literally cooler inside than it was outside. Okay. You guys have to investigate.
You don't know
but,
that.
yeah, but you can't automatically assume the worst.
We're not.
either.
That's why it's called an investigation.
Right.
We didn't assume the worst.
Right.
That's why we call it investigation.
Sure.
Officers come out, they investigate, they contact people, they say, "Hey, is this your car? Yeah, this is my car. This is your animal? Yes, this is my animal. Can I have your ID, please? Because you're lawfully detained because there is a complaint and possible criminal offense of animal cruelty."
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing. Sure. And
So-
you investigate, but you don't have to get my ID to investigate.
Yes.
Look, I'll tell you, we have an epidemic in this country of constitutional rights get violated all the time through this. And
Okay, I'm also here.
I know you guys
also,
don't think I could possibly be right.
And
you guys
also,
know the
Holbert
law,
didn't do that tonight.
but just look at no.
Also, Joseph did it, and I didn't do that tonight either.
Well, I mean, technically, this detainment has lasted a little longer than it's supposed to, but
That's
I'm not.
That's
I'm not
due to you.
That's
So.
due to you, yes, sir.
Well, actually,
So, again, here's what's going to happen tonight. We will continue our investigation after you're long and gone from here.
Sure.
And then if we have to contact you again, that'll be why.
all right,
Okay?
sure.
You are free to go.
Go home, take care of your dog.
Please look up the law tonight, please. I'll tell you.
Garth would file a complaint against the two officers from Crossroads, but the response he received was just as bad as the treatment he received here. Garth even offered to forego Sergeant Tyler having a complaint on his record if he would simply apologize for his actions. But Sergeant Tyler refused to apologize. I seriously question the chief's credentials after reading his response to the complaints, which you are about to see. We also have a copy of the demand letter Garth's attorney sent to Crossroads, and the attorney makes some great legal points.
Thank you for contacting this office regarding your interaction with Officer Holbert and Sergeant Tyler. An investigation into Officer Holbert's and Sergeant Tyler's actions on June 28, 2023, was conducted based on your complaints dated July 11 and July 12, 2023. Allegations of misconduct are summarized below. 1. Officer Holbert's and Sergeant Tyler's knowledge of Texas Penal Code 38.02 was incorrect, and they acted on that mistaken interpretation. 2. Officer Holbert conducted a fraudulent animal cruelty investigation. 3. Officer Holbert and Sergeant Tyler detained you under a false pretense. 4. Officer Holbert attempted to unlawfully enter your vehicle. 5. Officer Holbert and Sergeant Tyler subjected your animal to cruelty by leaving it in a vehicle for an unreasonable period of time, under unreasonable conditions. You were sent an email on June 30th, notifying you this event had been reviewed in an after-action review on the morning of June 29th, with some shortcomings identified and addressed. Those shortcomings included employee knowledge regarding the application of two statutes, Texas Penal Code 38.02, failure to identify, and Texas Penal Code 42.092, cruelty to non-livestock animals, as well as the duration of your detention. First and most significantly, Texas Penal Code 38.02, failure to identify, was initially misinterpreted. This is a rarely used statute by the Crossroads Police Department, and in fact, during the 22 months the Crossroads Police Department has existed, to my knowledge, we have never arrested anyone for that offense. You were detained as a result of your leaving your animal locked in a vehicle. On a summer evening, you were not arrested, handcuffed, or charged with failure to identify. That said, there was admittedly an unreasonably long discussion on the failure to identify statute. On the evening this occurred, there was a legitimate law enforcement purpose for our officers' presence. Investigation of a criminal violation, Texas Penal Code 42.092, cruelty to non-livestock animals. Denton County Dispatch received the call at 9:14 p.m. Officer Holbert arrived at 9:24 p.m. When she arrived, she discovered your dog was confined in a parked, closed vehicle, with no one around. She observed the animal moving around, but could determine little more. You arrived at 9:30 p.m., opened the door, and alleviated her concern that the animal was presently in danger. During our after-action review, it was discussed that we as peace officers must apply a low bar when evaluating if someone fails to unreasonably provide necessary food, water, care, or shelter for an animal in that person's custody, as described by the statute. Some people would consider leaving a dog locked in a car at any time during the summer months unreasonable. Others, like yourself, find that same action completely reasonable once the sun has gone down. The use of reasonableness in law is frequent and can present interpretation challenges. When establishing reasonableness, it is the job of the peace officers not to apply their own ethical standards or morals, but rather to err towards a reduced standard of decency. This is imperative to prevent misinterpreting legislative intent and exercising police powers inappropriately. The duration of your detention was partially attributable to your lack of cooperation. You should absolutely have a right to disagree, not identify yourself, or ask questions about a detention. The purpose for establishing an identity was to document the event so that you could be released, the incident could be reviewed and investigated later if appropriate. That said, officers should have worked more quickly through the animal cruelty investigation and not permitted themselves to be derailed by your assertion of your right to not identify yourself, which, as noted, was not required. I do appreciate you patiently standing outside your vehicle on such a hot evening while the officers worked through this. Your letter contained 3 assertions not part of our after-action review investigation. I determined each was reasonable. Holbert attempted to open the vehicle door by pulling the door handle. There is no evidence suggesting she did this for any purpose other than to ensure the safety of a confined dog. Based on her assessment of the circumstances, a reasonable person would recognize this as an exigent circumstance exception to the general requirement of a warrant under the Fourth Amendment.
Let's take a moment to analyze Chief Short's exigent circumstance justification for Officer Holbert's attempt at a warrantless entry. This dog is not in any danger, much less imminent danger, and any assertion that it is completely acceptable for your officers to circumvent the United States Constitution under pretexts as illogical and dishonest as this is disrespectful to the honest police officers in the United States. The rationale presented here is so far off base. It is downright disturbing just to protect an officer that is clearly incompetent.
Holbert and Tyler subjected your animal to cruelty by requiring you to leave the animal in the vehicle for an unreasonable period of time under unreasonable conditions. You explained that the dog was fine when you arrived at your car. The dog was checked out and a window was lowered throughout your detention. There's no evidence to suggest the conditions deteriorated in a way that negatively impacted your dog.
That's not true, Chief. Listen again as the Krugerville officer asks Holbert if the animal was in distress when she arrived. Holbert says no, he was fine. He's panting now. He wasn't before.
Dog in distress at all? It's fine. Panting right now. Panting before.
Holbert and Tyler detained you under a false pretense. You were detained so that animal cruelty could be investigated.
It's not.
It's 95 degrees.
If it inside, I was keeping the AC, and trust me, I love my dog.
The car isn't running.
I take him with me everywhere.
Okay, I just need to see the driver's license.
Chief and ID won't tell you anything about the alleged crime you are investigating. I use the term investigating loosely, as Holbert declined to investigate the single most important factor here, the temperature inside the car.
A lawful detention, as stated. The detention was longer than it should have been because officers became distracted by your unwillingness to provide identification, and their failure to recognize immediately it was not required. Your complaint and concerns have had an impact. To prevent recurrent, staff have been refamiliarized with the Texas statute, failure to identify, and need to as expeditiously as practicable complete any investigation that either establishes probable cause for arrest or results in the release of any lawfully detained individual. Regards, Sean Short, Chief of Police.
And that is what would come of Garth's complaint regarding an officer who tried to set him up for a crime he did not commit. No disciplinary action whatsoever, and bald-faced lies by the chief so that Holbert can continue to enforce her delusional reality upon the public. Garth would seek out legal representation that would send the following demand letter to the town of Crossroads.
Dear Mayor Tompkins, this case involves a straightforward set of facts, all of which were captured on body-worn camera, which clearly demonstrate that on June 28, 2023, Officer Holbert and Sergeant Tyler of the Crossroads Police Department illegally prolonged the detention of Garth due to their failure to understand the applicability of Texas Penal Code Section 38.02. This prolonged detention amounts to a violation of Garth's constitutional rights under the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. Should the City of Crossroads choose not to resolve this matter now, suit will be filed pursuant to 42 U.S.C. Section 1983 in Federal District Court against each of these officers, as well as the City of Crossroads for failing to train these officers on the laws they are responsible for enforcing, which led to the prolonged detention of Garth. On June 28, 2023, Officer Holbert made contact with Garth's vehicle, which was parked in the Walmart parking lot, to investigate a dog being locked inside of a possibly unair-conditioned vehicle. Shortly after her contact with his vehicle, Garth exited Walmart and approached his vehicle as well as Officer Holbert. Officer Holbert explained the reason for her presence as she was investigating possible animal cruelty due to the dog being inside of the parked car. Officer Holbert directed Garth to roll his windows down and step away from the vehicle. Garth was detained at this time. However, Officer Holbert quickly learned that the dog was fine. At this point, The reason for the detention had ended and Garth should have been permitted to leave. His prolonged detention was a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights. After arriving, Sergeant Tyler told Garth, "Here's the deal. As soon as you give your ID and we're done, you're gone." Sergeant Tyler told Garth that he was lawfully detained and that Garth needed to identify himself. Garth calmly explained to the officers that he did not need to identify himself unless he was under arrest. Garth referenced the failure to identify statute and asked the officers to look it up because they were incorrect on what it stated. Eventually, Garth looked up the statute and read it to the officers who continued to misapply the rules, resulting in an even longer detention. The officers finally walked away from Garth and decided to let Garth leave without identifying himself, which is exactly what the law requires and exactly what Garth not only explained but read to the officers. At the 22 hours, 34 minutes, and 54 seconds timestamp of her body-worn camera, Officer Holbert told Garth she needed to identify him for documentation purposes. She knew at that point that Garth had not committed a crime. At that point, Garth should have been released. Sergeant Tyler even states during the interaction when releasing Garth that the animal is okay. However, the detention was prolonged until 23 hours 5 minutes and 21 seconds of the body-worn camera when Sergeant Tyler finally told Garth he was free to go. This was 30 minutes of wrongful detention. Police Chief Sean Short sent Garth a letter explaining the shortcomings of Officer Holbert and Sergeant Tyler. Below are 3 paragraphs from that letter. You were sent an email on June 30th, notifying you this event had been reviewed in an after-action review on the morning of June 29th, with some shortcomings identified and addressed. Those shortcomings included employee knowledge regarding the application of 2 statutes, Texas Penal Code 38.02, failure to identify, and Texas Penal Code 42.092, cruelty to non-livestock animals, as well as the duration of your detention. First and most significantly, Texas Penal Code 38.02, failure to identify, was initially misinterpreted. This is a rarely used statute by the Crossroads Police Department, and in fact, during the 22 months the Crossroads Police Department has existed, to my knowledge, we have never arrested anyone for that offense. You were detained as a result of your leaving your animal locked in a vehicle on a summer evening. You were not arrested, handcuffed, or charged with failure to identify. That said, there was admittedly an unreasonably long discussion on the failure to identify statute. On the evening this occurred, there was a legitimate law enforcement purpose for our officers' presence. Investigation of a criminal violation, Texas Penal Code 42.092, cruelty to non-livestock animals. Denton County Dispatch received the call at 9:14 p.m. Officer Holbert arrived at 9:24 p.m. When she arrived, she discovered your dog was confined in a parked, closed vehicle with no one around. She observed the animal moving around, but could determine little more. You arrived at 9:30 p.m., opened the door, and alleviated her concern that the animal was presently in danger. This indicates that Officer Holbert knew that there was no concern about the dog's danger after Garth opened the door for her to see the dog. Thus, going off of this information, the prolonged detention would be for minutes longer. Notably, Chief Short also stated that there was admittedly an unreasonably long discussion of the fail to identify statute. This was because TXPC 38.02 failure to identify was initially misinterpreted. This unreasonably long discussion was also an unreasonably prolonged detention in violation of Garth's constitutional rights. Interestingly, Chief Short blames the duration of the detention on Garth for being uncooperative by not identifying himself, which Chief Short ultimately admits Garth had not obligation to do. However, Chief Short states that the purpose for establishing your identity was to document the event. This is simply not what the law allows. Below is another paragraph from Chief Short's letter to Garth. The duration of your detention was partially attributable to your lack of cooperation. You should absolutely have a right to disagree, not identify yourself, or ask questions about a detention. The purpose for establishing an identity was to document the event so that you could be released. The incident could be reviewed and investigated later if appropriate. That said, officers should have worked more quickly through the animal cruelty investigation and not permitted themselves to be derailed by your assertion of your right to not identify yourself, which as noted was not required. I do appreciate you patiently standing outside your vehicle on such a hot evening while the officers worked through this. Texas Penal Code Section 38.02, failure to identify, states the following. A. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person and requested the information. B. A person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false or fictitious name, residence address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has 1. Lawfully arrested the person, 2. Lawfully detained the person, or 3. Requested the information from a person that the peace officer has good cause to believe is a witness to a criminal offense. Texas Penal Code and Section 38.02 West. Here, initially, Garth was lawfully detained pursuant to an investigation into the call regarding his dog. However, once Garth opened the door to his vehicle, Officer Holbert's concerns were alleviated, and she knew no crime had been committed. Accordingly, while Garth was lawfully detained, he was not legally required to identify himself. Liability on this case is easy. The more complex question is, what are Garth's damages? Our law firm has resolved cases with similar facts for 5- and 6-figure amounts. While Garth did not suffer physical injuries, his rights were violated. The jury would award a damage amount for that violation. Then, after securing a favorable judgment at trial, as you are well aware, the court would order a separate award for attorney's fees, which in a civil rights case of this nature, which would require numerous depositions, experts, and comprehensive briefing, would be substantial. The attorney's fees on this case would likely far exceed the jury award in this case. Additionally, the cost of defending this case will begin to add up the further litigation proceeds. All 3 of the officers who were present will need to be deposed. Training at the Crossroads Police Department will be thoroughly reviewed, as it appears there was a failure to train along with a policy of requiring all persons detained to identify themselves in violation of the Constitution. This will set up a Monell claim that will require city administrators to become involved. Finally, should we lose at the district court level, we will most certainly appeal this case to the Fifth Circuit, requiring intensive briefing and argument in New Orleans. This case can be resolved without litigation. Based on the officer's clear liability, no chance of qualified immunity or summary judgment due to there being genuine disputes of material fact, the amount of discovery the Monell claim would require, and the inevitable award of attorney's fees in this case, our authority to resolve this claim at this juncture is for $75,000. In exchange for that amount, Garth will tender a full and final release of all claims. We believe that a jury verdict and an award of attorney's fees will be far in excess of this demand. I look forward to speaking with you about this.
Despite what should be a decisive court victory, federal judges are finding more and more ways to rob citizens of any recourse for having their rights violated. Attorneys are reluctant to cover the court filing costs as a result. Garth is an ardent crusader for rights, spending all his time fighting for others, a path by choice that has little pay in the form of dollars. Let's get this ball rolling and protect the rights of our children and grandchildren by helping Garth see this through the court system. There is a link to his GoFundMe in the description below. Thanks for watching the Law Network. This program is adjourned.